Lost Woods Survival here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the common man machete. You know, machetes that you can find at big box stores and in the sporting goods department of almost any hardware store you go to in the South. I'm not sure about up north. But these machetes are machetes I purchased myself. Messed around with for a while. Gave them a good long trial run to see if they're even worth the money. All these machetes I have were under $20. So this is a very common man price range for someone who might want to get a quick machete to use for something, or someone who doesn't have the cash to pick up a $75 machete. But these are all my own personal opinions and my personal reviews of said cheap machetes. So to start off with, I have a SOG. This is the Sogfari, I believe it's pronounced. It's the 10-inch Tanto tip machete, or Tonto, however you want to pronounce it. It's got a nice little crushing pommel, which is pretty nice. I actually like that a lot. I love the texture on the grip. I love the grip itself. This machete itself cost me, I believe, $15 when it was brand new. It was on sale. I believe it was like a promotional item at Bass Pro when I purchased it. But so I got home. This wasn't too long ago. And I decided to test it out on some little shrubbery and some greens. And I am highly disappointed with this machete. I love SOG. I love their fast hawks. I love their knives for the price. But this machete was awful. I don't know if you can see here, but the blade itself, this is just from a few whacks on a small green shrub, maybe an inch and a half wide, maybe. And a few whacks into it, I noticed the blade looked weird. I quit, and as you can tell, it is warped extremely badly. It's misshapen. It's dull. So I'm highly upset with this. I wanted it to be a good machete. I really did want it to be. I love the sawback, which is honestly very awful if you had to baton something in the woods. But yeah, I wanted this to be something good, but it ended up being a bad purchase. I'm not sure if I just got some bad steel. I've seen a lot of reviews on this online. Everyone else has had a good time with it. Just mine's awful. I do plan on going back and actually regrinding a little bit further down and re-edging it to see if that helped any, because it's going to be a little bit thicker then. But this is going to be pretty common for someone to pick up. I highly advise you don't. There's better machetes in that price range of $20 you could buy. And SOG sheaths, I don't understand the way they design their sheath, which I like the sheath, but the belt loop is kind of behind the little safety rope or little belt they have for the machete, so it won't come out. And it kind of doesn't make sense to me, because you will have constant pressure pushing up on it and tearing it, like this one here is. This one's torn from being pushed up and rubbed up on the handle so much. But price wise, if you're looking for something to cut soft greens and this is all you can find, it's a good purchase. I don't like the fact that it has a Tonto tip for whatever reason. I guess they thought maybe it's more like a tactical looking machete, maybe for jabbing or something. Maybe they could lure some more people in if it looked real cool, which I do understand. Everything's about making money, so I can't blame them on that. But the quality of the blade itself was highly upsetting, figuring there's other blades in this category that are much better. I mean, even this machete right here, which is a little Walmart special, little Coleman, I believe, which actually I didn't pay anything for this. I actually found it in the middle of the woods, buried about 8 inches up. You see all this rust here in the dirt, sticking out the dirt. So I decided to take this home and use this, which, I mean, this here itself has lasted longer than a brand new machete that I purchased. This little piece of garbage machete. It's even got a bend in it. It still works better than this one. But alright, so this is my personal opinions. Your machete might be a whole lot better quality. They might have changed up the metal, the alloys. There's no telling. But next up in this little $20 category I have for these machetes, I have a Tractor Supply machete. There's no name on it, I believe. Nope, no name, China. But this is a nice little machete for the price. Really nice. I think I paid $12 and some cent for this one. I like the handle. It's curved to allow you to get it and hold it. You can retighten the blades once they get loose, or you can completely change out the blades. I don't like the fact that it gets wider as it goes. I just don't like that with this handle. It kind of makes it want to leave your hand when you swing. I do like the teeth on the end. This is extremely helpful for green brush and vegetation, leaves. Extremely helpful because it really bites into it and shreds it all up and gets it out your way. And it's got a little cheap little sheath. I mean, there's nothing special to it. I could probably make one out of PVC that'd be 100 times better. But this is my second one in this little category of $20. And this is the only one that you could find. It'll work well. It won't last you forever, but it'll work for what you need it to work for. Coming up in third place is a real cheap kukri machete that I actually got this for free. I purchased a few boxes of ammo from a gentleman, and he threw this in because he just didn't want to put it back in a box and put it back on the shelf. So he said, "Here, just take it." So I was like, "Yeah, free knife. I'll add it to my collection." You know. There you go. Sorry about that. My camera died. But anyways, like I was saying, I got it for free from a gentleman, and I was like, you know, I could throw it in my little kit if someone needs a real quick machete for some job, and I might not ever get it back. I'd throw in this right here. But basically, this is a super cheap machete. I mean, it is extremely thin. It's, it flexes. You can hear the handle popping. It's basically worth nothing. I mean, this is a very quick, in a battle, someone wanted a real cheap machete for no reason, or someone was asking me for a knife and they didn't want to pay me for something. I'd throw them this right here. This is a throwaway. I'm not expecting to get anything out of it. If someone wants it, they can pretty much have it. But this one here, I don't buy this one. You'll end up hurting yourself. It's not worth the pain and suffering that you'll get from when you swing at something and it snaps and comes back and cuts your finger off. It's not worth it. Spend a little bit more. I think this one had a price tag of like $7.88 at flea market, I believe. Don't buy super cheap machetes. If you could pick it up and move the blade like this right here, it's garbage. Don't pick it up, people. And the sheath is awful. I mean, day one it fell apart. I put staples in it just to hold it together. I honestly, it's a garbage machete, not worth anything. Next up I have something that's not really a machete, but I do see it being useful in bushcrafting in eastern woods like I have around here. It's a corn sickle. I've took this one out several times. As you can tell, it's pretty beat up. And this works. It is an amazing tool for cutting the small vegetation from around your camp. I mean, you can grab hold of a handful of wild onions if you just want the greens. You can simply slice it. Even at home, doing gardening and stuff like that, if you had weeds that you wanted to cut out instead of pulling, this is, pick it up, slice it real easy. It does catch on branches really good. It slices real thin branches up very, very well. The blade is simple. I think it comes down to right about here, the blade itself. I do plan on getting rid of these handles and getting a wood handle that might come up to right about here. But I do recommend these in this area. If you live up north where you have a little bit more thicker woody vegetation, this would not work very well. This is for something like if you need to get closer to a small creek in the middle of the woods and you need to get rid of some cattails and some, different little weeds. This here would work perfect. Next up is another super cheap machete. This one's not actually mine, but a friend's that I borrowed for this video. But this is a little flea market tactical machete that is complete garbage. I mean, you can tell from the blade itself. I mean, this is azalea bushes damage here. I mean, it's ridiculous how fast it was damaged. This is almost brand new, by the way. You can see the eagle on it. Stainless steel, not even name brand. The handle popped off day one. We put duct tape and paracord on there, add a little bit of cushion, so we beat it up a little bit longer. I might possibly in the future come in and cut it real small and put a better handle on it and maybe use it for like a camp cleaver of sorts. But yeah, this is also one of the ones that you can see right here. It's a hollow grip. This is something that if you go to swing at something too hard and it breaks, you'll do more damage to yourself than what you swing at. So I do not recommend you buying these cheap tactical machetes at flea markets. Just stay away from them. Up next, which is the last machete in my little cheap machete collection. I've had more, but I've also damaged them and thrown them away or given them away to younger people who needed something in the woods. But next up is a Gerber. And this is the Gerber Gator Jr. Now this was a gift from my father for my birthday. I absolutely love this machete. It's got a long enough blade I can cut what I need to. It's got a saw back, which is quite helpful for clearing out trees and things. And the grip is much larger than most other machetes. I mean, look at the difference here. I mean, that's a huge difference in grip length. So if you had to, you could really hug up on it with two hands if you had to. But the handle is rubberized and it's very sticky when it gets wet, which is something I like a lot. Because I use this machete mostly. I use my machetes for when I'm in the woods, trying to get to a fishing spot, or I'm on my little canoe and I need to clear out some branches to get the canoe up against the bank because the wind's blowing a little bit too much. I'm tired of floating away and paddling back. The blade is nice. I have no nicks in the blade. The blade stays sharp when I sharpen it. It comes with a lanyard, which is most machetes don't come with, which is very odd to me. I don't understand. All it is a 10-cent piece of rope. I mean, come on, people. Make your machetes a little bit better. But this Gerber machete has served me for going on 4 years now. And this is my go-to machete. And I believe in the store when this was purchased, it was $15.88, I believe. As a matter of fact, I still got the receipt somewhere for some reason. I don't know why. The sheath is nice. It's not too tough, but it's a good cover for your blade, so you won't nick your leg up when you're walking, which is the purpose of a sheath. And also, the belt loop is on the outside of the safety strap. Unlike SOG, for whatever reason, SOG decided to do that. I have no idea. But it's got a nice big belt loop for your big ass belts. You know, made in China. Gerber does make good products. I've noticed a lot of their products are going downhill. But for less than $20, you can't beat the Gator Jr., which is what I recommend to everybody. I have a friend right now, matter of fact, who's looking into a machete. He's got a little cheap Walmart special. And he wants a better machete that comes with the sheath. And I talked him into buying the Gerber. And he's extremely happy with it. The only downside of the Gerbers is I do not recommend getting the full-size Gator. I had a friend who has got one, and I'm not kidding you. Straight out the package, on maybe the third swing, we managed to snap it in half. And when we got done, it was about the same length as this one. So pretty much instead of going back to the store and returning it, we took a grinder to it, and we made it into a Gerber Jr. basically. But yeah, this is my review on real cheap machetes. And I highly recommend the the Gator Jr. There we go. It's the all around the best cheap machete under $20 that I have found. You may have found a different brand which is much better. This is my own personal review. This is the common man. The common man's best choice when coming to a $20 machete, in my opinion. Are there better ones out there? Yes, they are. I haven't found any that are super common for someone to go to the store and pick up right away. But I do highly recommend the Gator Jr. to anybody. I do want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch my videos. To let you know, I am an amateur filmer, I guess you'd say. You know, this is my first few times filming something. If you see something you want me to work on, become a little bit better at, let me know in the comments. I mean, I can't get better unless people let me know I need to get better at something. But I will be posting videos quite often. I have a lot of gear reviews I want to do. A lot more of the common man gear is what I'm going to cover. Every now and again I will review something that's a little bit more expensive that I may have gotten from like a yard sale or something. But don't expect me to review something like you know, $70 or higher. I don't have the cash for that. What I will be reviewing is the cheaper things that I consider anybody can go to Walmart and get, you know, and spend less than $50, hopefully. But you know, just let me know. I mean, if you see something I need to get better at, if you want something for me to review, let me know. I will be doing outside videos come this weekend. It's just right now there's too much rain. I haven't had time to go outside and do anything. That's why I've been inside doing review videos. But yeah, let me know if I need to get better at something, if I need to cover something better, if I need to show something better, just let me know. I will not be doing any of the cutting videos and slicing videos and torture tests. There's plenty of YouTube videos already on that. I don't want to waste your time just showing you the same thing 1,000 other people can show you. But basically, I want to thank you for watching. If you can, please sub to my channel. There are more videos coming. But till next time, thank you for watching, and this is Lost Woods Survival, and I'll see you in my next video.